Hi, my friends. So I'm on my way to the gym. Welcome to Get Back in Shape with me. As you guys know, I was 45 pounds, really heavy. Had a bunch of medical issues. Worked really hard for 5 years, for 4 years, and I lost like 75 pounds. And then after that, I had a bariatric sleeve surgery, which I do and do not recommend. I only recommend it if you're going to use it as a tool. If you are going to use it as a tool, then I think it can be really useful. If you are going to use it as something that can replace your exercising, your relationship with food, then I definitely recommend against it. It's not a good idea. So at any rate, I had my bariatric surgery in January of 2018, and by December of 2018, I had lost 70 to 75 pounds more. So altogether in 5 years, I lost 145 pounds. 70 to 75 pounds on my own, exercise, dieting. My doctor actually recommended a bariatric sleeve surgery because he said, you're doing so good. I know you're doing everything right. He says, but you're still pre-diabetic. This can help you. This can be a tool. And he says, I normally don't recommend this to anybody, but since you're doing such a good job and I can see your discipline and your dedication, don't worry, I'm not going to look at the camera while I'm driving. So at any rate, and of course, then, as some of you may or may not know, my husband John passed away in September of 2021, courtesy of COVID. And that's a whole different story. You can find all of the stories, you can find them on my YouTube because I document everything. And then I dropped off the wagon and was not able to go back into exercising again and put back on 35 pounds, and they're all in my tummy. And I was waiting because like I had several false starts, but I didn't want to start this again until I was committed. And now I've been like for 2.5 months, I've been like really strictly committed. I have to tell you a little secret. Like I have this friend, her name is Mary Beth, and she lives in Arizona. And we have this deal, and the deal is that whoever doesn't exercise will Zelle $5 to one another. And I have not failed, I swear to God, because I don't want to send her $5. First of all, I'm in between jobs. And second, I just don't feel like sending her $5. So that silly thing has like kept us going. And I'm like, okay, I've been in this, I'm steadily doing it. I'm going to start sharing with my friends as I always do, right? So today I want to talk about yoga, because yoga can be really, like, particularly with us Occidental people, it can be a real like bone of contention. Like I know a lot of people that think that yoga is horrible. And I'm here to tell you that yoga is like everything. Yoga can be terrible or yoga can be wonderful. It depends what you make of it. What do people say about yoga? Like I will never, because you know guys, I'm a pastor, right? I'll never forget. Someone asked me once when my husband, John, who were married for 23 years, we started doing yoga and we would post our pictures, and somebody asked me, is yoga Christian? I'm like, no, but Zumba is not Christian. Tabata is not Christian. I mean, whatever. It's not like sports are not attached to a faith or a worldview or a religion. They are tied to whoever created them and the culture in which they were raised. So yoga started in the Middle East and it started in the Orient because, and it took that shape of meditation and awareness and whatever, because that is where it was established. And of course, it has a lot of things that some consider pagan shapes and traditions. Like for example, like I follow this amazing girl, and I am going to put her link in my description because I think she is one of the best. Her name is Adrienne, and I do everything that I do with her is yoga with Adrienne. I do it online. I don't pay a penny. I do it via YouTube. She does have paying pages. So if you want to hop on, fantastic. The way I pay her is I talk to everybody about her, I share her links, and I am a regular subscriber and I consume her videos, right? And there are things that Adrian says, like, put your hand to the third eye, like this area, right? I know I don't have a third eye there. I know I do not. So when I put my hand there, I'm not putting it on my third eye. I use it as a figure of speech, right? When she says, you know, give thanks, and she's not saying give thanks to God. I don't know what her religious affiliation is, and frankly, that's her business and not mine. But I'm a believer, I'm a Christian. So when she say give thanks, I know exactly who I'm giving thanks to. I have had my best prayer time while practicing yoga, because everything that I do, everything, cooking, dancing, whatever I do it as unto God. I dedicate it to God. And so yoga is not evil unless you make it evil. And if you want to like do yoga and get into transcendental meditation and call on dark spirits, you're gonna do it. But that's not what I'm recommending. What I'm recommending is that you use yoga for physical fitness. From a spiritual perspective, yoga is all about worship positions. And regardless of whose those worship positions were originally intended to, I don't care. I know who I'm dedicating those worship positions. And those worship positions are all stretching, and the most beautiful thing is they can all be found in the Bible. And so the question is, whoever you worship, you worship. You can worship doing whatever you do. And in my case, I worship the God that made the heavens and the earth, Yahweh, the God Almighty, the God of Israel, the God of Jenny, and I worship him. And I want to invite you to do exactly the same if you're a believer. And if you're not a believer, use yoga secularly. The important thing is that yoga is an amazing exercise. It's very low intensity. It can be high intensity too if you make it, but it's mostly low intensity. I'm recommending Adrienne because I have worked with her for 2.5 years. I've been looking at her videos, and I am still a very strong Christian and believer, which I think it proves my point. She is incredible. She is gifted. She knows how to make you feel at ease, and you really feel at ease, and you can do it in the comfort of your home without anybody watching you, anybody judging you, and I guarantee you're going to feel much better. So today, in our Get Back in Shape with Me, I just wanted to talk about yoga, and I wanted to talk about yoga with Adrienne. I promised to put a link to her YouTube channel in the description so that you can find her and hopefully receive all the benefits I have received. But yoga is good. You can use it to worship. You can use it to give thanks. You can use it to stretch. And yes, you can use it secularly, even if you don't have a specific belief. Though, of course, as a pastor, I would strongly recommend you consider following Yahweh, the God of all the earth. But I definitely believe that this is a great way to stay in shape. And even, you know, when John first died, I couldn't do yoga. And I couldn't do a lot of individual prayer because I would go to a very dark place of why God, why did you allow this to happen? I'm so sad and whatever, you know. But as my healing, as my mourning, as my grief has allowed me, I've gone back to it. And I'm telling you guys, I will never forget the first time I did yoga after John died, which wasn't that long ago because John's been dead since September of 2021, but I couldn't bring myself to do. I was doing corporate prayer a lot, and I would pray a little bit, but I wouldn't get like into it because again, my emotions were really messing up with me and whatever. So, but the first time I did yoga before John died was only like 4 months ago or something like that, if not less. And I'll never forget. Adrienne said something like, "Your heart will go on," and when she said that, it like broke my heart. And I started crying because I felt it was God himself talking to me. I started praying and crying and praying and crying. And it opened up my ability to pray. And I connected with God in a very special way. And I haven't stopped since that moment. So you see, life in general, yoga is what you make it. And if you dedicate it to God and you are aware of who you believe in, you're going to be okay, and you're going to discover a practice that can really, really, really bless your life, as it has blessed mine. I don't know about other gurus. I know about Adrienne, and she's the one that I recommend highly. Again, I'm going to put her link, and I believe very, very strongly that she can be very useful in helping you get back in shape with me. If I, a 54, almost 55-year-old woman, I turned on April 19, can get back in shape, so can you. When we look back next year at where I am, I want to be able, I want for both of us to be able to look at ourselves. I want you to be able to share your pictures and say, wow, look at what happened here. Let's do it together. I could go back in shape by myself, but I don't want to do it together because it's never been fun. I want to go back in shape with you. So would you come along with me? There's videos in this series. I am going to stop numbering the days because it's such a pain. Like, oh, what day is this? No, I'm just going to get back in shape with me, and you'll find everything in the playlist in order. I love you so much. Thank you for sharing in this journey with me. You know, some days are better than others. In a day like today, I feel like I'm about to cry. Like I miss my husband so badly. Like I don't want to do anything. But you know what happens? I remember that I made a commitment with you, and I have to record a video. And I do it, and it makes me feel strong. I have to get ready for church tonight to lead Bible study, and it gives me strength and hope. So let me know how you feel. Let me know if you're making any progress, because that's going to give me a lot of hope. I love you very much. God bless you. Thank you for getting back in shape with me. Again, we can do this. I love you. Bye-bye.